Greetings, fellow people of Packer Nation. This is Pac-Man Jake with a video on the Packers virtual draft prospect meetings. I like to do things a little bit differently in the sense that I like to do a little bit of a reaction video to another Packer video maker. His name is King Howie. Oh, as his channel is goes by KHTV. I was able to watch this video just a little bit beforehand before doing this little reaction video. I thought I would kind of give you some input on what he had to say on the Packers virtual prospect meetings, and I just kind of like to be able to. He also said something about a prior video of mine, particularly my NFL draft video. So I'd like to be able to touch up on that and give you a little bit more detail on the matter.
What's cracking with you YouTube? All this traffic on a day like this, huh? What's cracking with you YouTube? It's your man King Howie, back with another vid. I hope you guys are being safe out there during this quarantine, COVID-19 pandemic. I hope your Easter was pretty good. I had a chance to get on Zoom with the family and got a chance to see all of my relatives and talk about the pandemic that we're under right now, just making sure everybody is safe. I have two family members that supposedly or allegedly have died from the...
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear about that, Howie. That's awful. Two family members? That's awful. My condolences, man. I don't have any family members that I know of have had this, so fortunately for me, that everybody is healthy right now. So things are pretty good for mine, and I'm sorry to hear about that.
COVID-19 coronavirus. So it has hit my family. Not nobody out here in California, but some family, some extended family down south, but nevertheless still family. So I did lose two people in my family to the coronavirus. But that's what we're not here for. We're here to talk about the greatest football team in sports history, the Green Bay Packers. So far in the rumor mill, nothing much. The Packers are just evaluating all of the prospects of the people that they're really interested in going after in the draft. The draft is coming up pretty soon, and I guess Roger Goodell supposedly is supposed to be doing the draft from a basement. I don't know how that's going to be fixed up or put together.
I can't say I'm entirely sure how that's going to work out either. I mean, I think things will probably work out. I think he'll probably do he'll just do it via like a video conferencing type of platform. I think it's possible he may let a camera crew into his house, into his basement. I don't know, but I think things will work out. I expect the draft to go pretty well.
But I am expecting there to be technical difficulties with all the teams trying to get their picks in.
I kind of agree with that. I think there could be some difficulties in communication because of this, especially when you're trying to communicate with all of your front office folks. I mean, and then trying to get it to the league people. I mean, I think there could be a potential for some mix-ups in there and not getting your pick on in time. So let's just say that things could be pretty interesting. The potential of teams missing their picks and then there being a whole confusion thing going around. I mean, it's happened before, even regularly. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings did this twice, and there was an obvious mix-up when that was going on, but this was back in 2002 and 2003, so it hasn't happened lately.
I do think that it's going to be a long first round. It's going to be some bugs that they're going to have to work out with trying to make sure that whatever application that they're going to use to broadcast this thing on a network, on network TV, it's going to have to be done right. Shout out to Pac-Man Jake. I saw your video, man, on you said the Packers could potentially trade out of the first round. I could see them possibly doing that. I could see them possibly trading out of the first round if the pick that they don't want to get in the first round is not grabbed or taken. Then I could see the Packers bumping down early in the second round. Early second round pick. They have 2 picks in the second round. However, he figured it out.
Yeah, sure. The Packers could definitely trade out of the first round entirely. I mean, this team is picking at the 30th overall pick, and the way things are probably going to go around is that the inside linebackers that the Packers are probably going to be targeting, Murray or Queen, those guys are going to be off the board, and I just don't really know entirely sure if we're going to pick a receiver in the first round, or if we should pick a receiver in the first round when we can get a really good talent in the bottom of the second round or the top of the second, which I had a Denzel Mims going 45th overall in a deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's how I had things play out for my mock draft. So, and then at 62 we wound up taking an inside linebacker, Jordan Brooks. I think Brooks is probably one of the last guys that might be able to be an immediate starter for the Packers, or for any team for that matter, unless there's a surprise guy that comes in. I mean, I am trying to do my due diligence and looking at inside linebackers that could potentially be starters, while not looking at some guys that are fast pass coverage linebackers, but they're a year or two away from being a good starter right off the bat. I think you have to get your inside linebacker early, and just by projection, I'm having a hard time seeing Green Bay being able to get that guy, so I think it might make some sense to move down if that were to be the case, or obviously trading up would be ideal too. But, Brian Gutekunst, he's definitely been known to trade up, and he's definitely been known to trade down, too. I mean, he's been aggressive in the first round of his 2 NFL drafts. So I definitely got to give Brian that a round of applause, and the wherewithal, the gumption to do the deals. This could go either way. I mean, he could move up or move down or stay put at 30, and we just don't know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to go by the more likely scenario that the Packers move down, because I'm not so sure if we trade up, because I think we want to keep our draft capital. I mean, there are a lot of holes to fill on this team, not just in terms of starters, but depth too. So, and I think we have... Well, we have plenty of picks, so there's definitely a lot of potential for trading up, possibly in the first round. But anyway, I could go on and on about that. I'm going to keep on playing this clip here.
It seemed logical to me. But, yeah, check that video out by Pac-Man Jake. But, yeah, the Packers are just doing their virtual visits with the draft prospects that they're looking at. I was happy to hear that they were talking to some defensive prospects this time, instead of just, quarterback and receivers. But I think with a little bit of guidance from Ted Thompson and the powers that may be that's going to be behind orchestrating the picks in this draft, the Packers I just hope the Packers got their shit together. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to be worrying about what other people are doing. I mean, we will have to if there's some trades that, seem logical to make within the draft, because I do believe the Packers will trade somewhere in the draft. I think they're going to trade. Hey, Grid, man.
Yeah, I definitely think the Packers will make some trades at some point in the draft. If it's not the first round, I think it could very well happen in day 2. whoever Brian has his eye on, he's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna go get his guy. He has done that plenty of times throughout his time as general manager of the Packers. In GOAT we trust, you guys. In GOAT we trust.
Let's get ready for the draft. I hope y'all staying safe out there, man. Remember to stick to the guidelines of what your governor in your state is telling you to do, because, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and to the people that's out of work, you know what I'm saying? I feel for y'all. I mean, I'm still working, fortunately.
Yeah, I do feel bad for the people that are out of work too. I'm also fortunate that I'm able to work too. I have 2 jobs, and I can do I can sort of work from home, but I also do have to do some work on site, and which I mostly work by myself, so I'm not really around a whole lot of people. So it really helps to be able to have a job where you can kind of you go at your own pace, you can kind of set your own hours. So I'm really thankful that I'm able to still work, even though I'm working more than I normally do, which is why I'm able to make more videos right now, is because I have more time off to work on these things. And it just so happened to have fallen at a really crucial time in the NFL, is the off season. You know, you got free agency, the draft. Things just kind of like fell into place to where I was able to give out video after video, is because I've had more time to work on videos. So, but like I said, I'm thankful to be working, and I'm glad that that Howie's able to work too. You know, it's tough, and I have plenty of people who are out of work right now. They have to stay home. Some people I know that are struggling to get unemployment, and you know, it's a tough situation. So I just hope that everyone is going to is doing well enough to hang on, and
but you know, to y'all, man, I know it's hard out there. So, you know, y'all got to make sure that y'all doing everything extra possible to try to, you know, manage whatever you have during this whole thing. But hopefully things get better. I think the stimulus checks went out. I'm not sure. I heard that they went out. Some people I know got them already. But yeah, man, it's a tough time right now in the world that we live in. But for those of you that are working, you know what I'm saying, if you can share what you can. Try to help people out, because it's a mess out here. It's a mess out here. So with that being said, man, go Pack, go, I'm gone.
Okay, that's actually a really good piece of advice from Howie. I mean, I definitely agree with what he said on that. I try to help out some people that are a little bit less fortunate than yourself, people who are out of work. I'm actually trying to help out a few people that I know personally who are out of work. You know, I'm trying to give a few things. A couple of things were as actually toilet paper, but that was a few weeks ago when the whole toilet paper thing was a huge fiasco. I don't know if it still is now. I haven't really been keeping too much track on that, but yeah. If you're not subscribed if you're not subscribed to King Howie, Packer fan or not, go ahead and subscribe. Just to give you a little bit of a rundown of who the Packers were able to talk to as in the virtual meetings. When some of them were offensive guys like Denzel Mims, offensive tackle out of Houston Josh Jones, Jordan Love, quarterback Jalen Hurts, and then some defensive prospects, Patrick Queen, the LSU inside linebacker. Let's see, there was Terrell Lewis, the outside linebacker from the Alabama Crimson Tide, and then Leki Fotu, the Utah defensive tackle, and Levante Taylor, the Florida State cornerback, we also had a virtual meeting with. So there are definitely some good prospects that the Packers have reached out to. So that's going to do it for this video. I'll catch you guys later. Go Pack, go!